Okay, caller, I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I think I'm back. Are you there?
Yes, you are. Yes, I am.
I think we the only people online right now. Hold on. 347-514-7350. Pin number is 429. Here they go. 8651. Here they go. I know. We even got a call, y'all. We back. Y'all here? Okay. Hey, caller.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Michelle, but it says something went wrong.
It says something went wrong on the call?
Yeah, I'm looking at something went wrong.
I don't
see your face.
Oh,
I can hear you too.
Refresh or either go. I was on the wrong damn channel. Go over to the ATLien channel.
Okay, let's try this again.
I told you I was having technical difficulty. I don't even know what channel I be on, child. I want to stay on the same channel. I don't know what be going on. So I switched it in the midst of it, and then it went off.
Okay, I can't see you. We'll probably get back in touch with each other. But I just want to say, speaking on the subject with, and this young lady, she wanted a family. She wanted to be married. She has received it. So in reality, just wish her well. And the other ladies that's coming on or taking her place or whatever the circumstances, give them a chance also. Let everybody have a chance. Just do it.
I agree.
All I want to say.
I agree. And we do wish Kenya well. We do. But I just feel like Kenya is filled with shenanigans at this point. She was sure about getting her peach back. She was so sure of that she shaded Sheree about not getting a peach. And now she doesn't have a peach and she's out there looking desperate, in my opinion. And that's just from the outside looking in. And it's like she was trying to hold everything close to the chest as far as her pregnancy, as far as her marriage, as far as all of that. And now, because she did all that, she's lost her job. And so now it seems like she's scrambling to try to make some sort of relevancy about her story again. And that's just from the outside looking in. But I do wish her well. I have no hate for Kenya. It's just that she's filled with games and manipulation, and she's trying to manipulate people, into talking about her and how they talk about her and all of that. That's it.
Is that part of her acting, as you might say?
I mean, but there's no cameras rolling. So, I mean, I don't think that's an act. That's her.
Wow. Like you said, everyone to each his own opinion. So
yes,
but she's gonna be all right.
She will.
She'll be all right.
Trust. I believe she will be.
But I'm glad I was able to talk to you, and like I've always said, you do so well. I'm from the old school, but I'm trying to hang in there with y'all.
Child, it's all good. We learn by doing. So the only thing you got to do is keep tuning in and keep logging on, and it'll get easier. So I appreciate you.
And I am there. And I am. And you have a good one here.
Thank you. You too.
Right.
Y'all, I was on the wrong channel. And the people can't find me. Now I'm back. Okay. I'm back. So if you haven't already, call in 347-514-7350. Pin number 429-8651. If you're asking me questions in the chat, I am not going to answer them during the calls. If you got time enough to type a question, you got time enough to call and ask me. So I'm right here. I'm all yours. So if you want to know something, call me. Okay? Uh-oh, we have a caller. Caller 1151. Hello, who am I speaking with?
This is Charles from Columbia, South Carolina. I talked to you a couple of weeks ago about that Monique situation. Hey,
oh, I do. I remember you. I remember your voice. How are you?
Oh, I'm so happy I got in contact with you.
I'm so happy you did too. What do you think about this situation with Kenya's shenanigans and her sudden act of transparency?
Well, I'm a Team 12. I love Kenya to death. And I think since she got on the show, people just been hating on her since she got on the show. And I do think she deserves more because she is good TV. If you like her or not, a villain or whatever you call her, she's good TV. So I think she can always go somewhere else if Bravo don't want her no more.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she'll be all right.
TV, FX, somewhere. Go to somewhere else, another network, and make that just like Jocelyn did from Atlanta.
Well, Jocelyn hasn't done it yet. I mean, she does have a show, but we don't know how successful it's going to be yet.
Oh, I think it is. She made Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
But I think Kenya could do the same thing.
I think
just like I never watched a Princess until she got on there. She was absolutely great for the show, for TV.
I think we talked about this before. I feel like with any show, it's always an ensemble cast. Like, I don't know that Jocelyn made, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She was a good addition to it. In addition to Stevie J's crazy ass back then, in addition to Benzino's crazy ass back then. So I feel like the first 2 seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta were great. But after that, it just became lackluster and whatever.
Yeah, but after she's gone, it's lackluster. After she's gone.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Like the Kurt and the Rashida. Who can? Jocelyn was more entertaining than them.
Yeah, I can't agree with that. And
Kenya is more entertaining than Eva will ever be. Not Nene, because Nene is like the favorite. Like, she's entertaining, but she's.
But y'all, that's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna tune in for Nene. Y'all gonna tune in for Nene. Sheree ain't there no more. And that's my point. Everybody always says
Kenya and Phaedra was the only 2 really, and Nene.
But everybody always says without XYZ, the show is not gonna go on. We not gonna watch without XYZ. And XYZ leaves and y'all still watch. Nene even was gone for a season and y'all still watch. So my point is, it's a collective. It's a group. So everybody got their own segment of fans. Actually, but we all like watching them all. So -1, -2, we still gonna tune in.
So we go on ratings, right? We go on ratings and what people watch. When they went on that trip last year without Kenya, that trip was crazy. I don't care if you bring Marlo, I don't care what you do, but everybody got to pick on Kenya. So without paying somebody,
but you're saying that because
I hope and I pray she's not on that show. Who are they gonna pick on now? I can't wait. They have to have a person to pick on, and Kenya was an easy target for everybody.
Kenya was the one to pick on. Kenya was the one who picked on everybody. Are you serious?
No.
Kenya was the one who picked on everybody. Remember she tried to beat up Phaedra when Phaedra was pregnant. She tried to push up on Apollo before we knew Apollo was a criminal.
Why everybody keep saying that? Apollo was trying to push up on her.
They pushed up on each other.
Apollo was trying to push up on her.
They pushed up on each other. And I believe they hooked up in LA.
Stop calling me. At the reunion, that's how it all started. Kenya said, well, tell your husband to stop calling me. Then that's when it all started.
But she never said about how many times she picked up when the husband was calling. So, I mean, there's some responsibility on both ends.
Yeah.
So now it's tell your husband to stop calling me. Why you didn't say nothing before now? Now you want to put everybody on blast, but y'all was talking on the phone. Who gave him the number? Y'all exchanged phone numbers. Come on now.
Nobody liked her from Walter to any of her boyfriends.
Because Walter was lying. I mean, because Kenya was lying on Walter. Kenya wanted Walter to pretend that he was going to marry her. If you read straight from the A, listen now. Let me spill this tea again. When Walter first came on there, Kenya manipulated the situation and she wanted him to pretend to marry her or want to marry her or to ask her to marry him. That's what she wanted.
To get married.
And when he was like, no, I'm not going to do that, then all of a sudden Kenya want to insinuate that the man is gay and that this, that, and the third. So Kenya has always been like, she wants to like manipulate the situation to her advantage.
Everybody thinks she's a manipulator. Goodness.
You don't think so? She's interesting to watch because she's a manipulator.
I love her. Okay, so you'd rather have Kenya on the show versus Portia?
Portia brings she's younger.
Somebody who don't even know what the Underground Railroad is.
She's hoodish. She's younger.
She's certainly more attractive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think, again, it's all of them as a collective that makes the show interesting. Kenya being there or not being there, Kenya being gone is going to make it interesting because then we're going to see how they, what they're going to talk about now. Who's going to be the antagonist.
Exactly. That's why I'm hoping she's not on the show.
Well, she's not.
Hoping she don't come back and do her own thing. Just like Jocelyn. I'm so proud of Jocelyn Hernandez.
Yeah. I'm
so proud of her. And Mona.
Okay.
If I can't do my business here, I do it there. I'm proud of her.
Well, I appreciate you so much for calling today.
All right, thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Enjoy watching your show.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Caller 9088. You're on the line.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey. Who I'm speaking with?
This is Kim.
Hey, Kim. How you
Michelle.
Doing? Yes.
Forget Kenya. She don't need to come back to the show. I'm sick of her shenanigans. I'm tired of her little games she plays. She's been playing games since she came on the show. Bye.
So you're not a Kenya fan, I take it.
Girl, I ain't never been a Kenya fan.
Can I ask you this though? Like, people have been sending me, like, I had my little hiatus this week or whatever. People keep sending me stuff about Kenya, and she had posted that picture the day before yesterday of her on date night with Mark, and her stomach was flat. And everybody was like, "Oh, you supposed to be 8 months pregnant, and your stomach flat." I feel like she did that so that people can run with that. And then today she posts this picture of what is her baby bump or whatever. So it's like she keeps playing games to I'm sorry? Hello?
Right. I didn't say anything. Oh. I feel the same way you feel. It's like she always want to play these games and try and make things I don't know. It's like she wants you to not think about the way she do things, but she wants you to think about the way she do things.
Right. And she wants you to talk about it. So it's like she's trolling for clicks and views and blog posts. So she put the picture up knowing that her haters would post something and be like, "Oh, there's no baby bump, and look at her baby bump." And then less than 24 hours later, she posted a baby bump pic. And I think she only did that because just the other day, the entire cast was at ATL Live on the Park, and there was no Kenya again. This is like the second or third time that, they've gone out as a collective, and, and it's becoming obvious to mainstream media, at least, that,
wait a minute.
She doesn't have a peach. Hello.
I'm sorry, Michelle. I thought I pressed mute.
Oh, no problem. No problem. But
I didn't want the feedback.
So what do you think about the potential newbies?
I'm excited for Ronnie DeVoe's wife. I don't know the other young lady.
Tanya Sam.
I'm just really excited for the cast. I want to see what they're going to bring. I know the show is going to be entertaining. It was entertaining before Kenya. It will be entertaining after Kenya. Honestly, though, Michelle, I really wish they would bring back Phaedra. I do.
Everybody wants Phaedra back. My thing is, I don't have anything against Phaedra coming back to the show, but I feel like her space would be best served by bringing someone new. Like, I'm tired of everybody like, "Oh, we missed Lisa Wu," or "Oh, we missed so-and-so," or "Oh, we missed Sheree." My thing, they gave Sheree another chance, and everybody was like, "Oh, I can't wait till Sheree come on. She gonna be reading, and she this, that, and the third." Then she came on, and what she do? Pretty much gave her peach away. So I think they need to just go ahead and find new meat and keep going with the new talent instead of bringing back these old people that have already proven what they can and can't do.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Okay.
Well, thank you for taking my call, Michelle.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I do appreciate your channel.
Thank you. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Or day.
Thanks. Hey, squad. It's 250 people in here and 30 likes. Are y'all serious right now? Is this how y'all are going to do me? I keep spilling all this tea. I keep setting aside time out of my day to come here and give you this exclusive tea in person. Like nobody else can tell you what I can tell you. I can guarantee you that. I don't care what nobody say. They can hate on me all day long. And you know why they hate? They hate because they ain't there. That's why they hate. So anyway, you guys, just like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me take some more calls. Caller 6196, you are on the line.
Hello, Michelle.
Yes. Hey, who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Tamika.
Hey, Tamika.
Hey. So I'm so glad we're talking about this because everybody has been in the uproar because it's looking like Kenya's not coming back. And a lot of people are freaking out because they're seeing a lot of group pics and they're saying, oh my God, this is so boring. They're getting along, snooze fest. And I got irritated because it's like this. First of all, what does that say about us that when we see successful Black women getting along, it's about to be boring. We need to like be reading and, dragging each other through the mud. And number two, what's wrong with them kind of going back to what the Real Housewives was about? Like, not only giving each other, not only shading each other slightly, but,
having fun,
talking about your careers, your family.
I agree totally. Because I'm sure there'll be some, disagreements, people bumping heads, and all of that. But at the end of the day, I like the fact that they can all hang out and talk about other things or help each other in other ways or talk about their businesses and all of that or bring other people in. Like I can see Candy and Shamari getting along well or sharing stories about the entertainment industry. They're both singers, little stuff like that. You got the New Edition aspect of it and New Edition's resurgence with the BET shows and Ronnie DeVoe being there, and maybe we'll see Bobby Brown. I don't know, but it just seems like a good connect. Like she's been in Atlanta for a while, and I'm not sure of Tanya Sams. I heard she's got money, she's got connects, she on private jets and stuff. So I feel like bringing that aspect to the show is a good thing instead of the whole it's always somebody's fighting, there's always somebody broke, it's always somebody whose house ain't finished, so whose cars getting repossessed and all of that. We need to show some opulence in Atlanta. Y'all showing opulence in Beverly Hills and everywhere else. Let's show our girls getting on private jets and going to Dubai and all of this other stuff.
Girl, you took the words right out of my mouth. Just like they be like, Candy is so boring. Now, here's the thing, and this is what I always respect about you. Everybody's been talking about Candy Coated Nights. And I'll be the first one to say, I'll be so glad when she could, like you said, just she has a great entrepreneurial mind, but I don't see how she doesn't realize that she could bring that right over to YouTube and be as raunchy as she wants, and we can get our show back.
Right.
And she can still make a lot of money.
Right.
But outside of that, you cannot dispute her business mind.
Right.
So they talk about she boring. Look, let me be a singer, producer, reality star.
Writer.
And call me, then you can call me boy. Right.
Writer,
you can call me
business owner, all of that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And Candy, what Candy has on her side is a good team too. She got people who ride for her, who are friends and associates and whatever. She don't have to worry about nobody stealing her money or using her name inappropriately to get in parties and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like she got Don Juan, she got Carmen, she got all these people who actually have her back, and that's a good thing. That that breeds success in her favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I remember she always had it. But to have that extra support to make you go and take it a step further, that's all it was. Because she was always having little businesses with Tags Boutique, doing Candy Coated Nights online. She's always had that mindset. But to have that extra push, that's amazing.
I agree.
So
why
call that boring? And then another thing, too, about Ronnie DeVoe's wife. I think that's a great idea, and I bet you they kind of filmed a little bit because you know Candy and Escape and BBD were on tour this weekend together. So I wonder if they do a little bit of filming of that. That would have been kind of sweet. So it's a lot of good aspects.
I know they filmed on Tuesday. I did a video like just prior to this one, talking about how they all were at the ATL Live on the Park during Black's performance, and it was the first time Black had performed live in a while. So you know they were there to witness it. The cameras were rolling. I'm sure that'll be a part. You know, I wasn't privy to the conversations now because they had them all at the table by themselves. But you know they seemed to be getting along. Everybody was mic'd up and talking. They was filming them. They was filming Shamari. Ronnie DeVoe was there, so he's clearly on board with her. So yeah, it'll be an interesting dynamic, I feel like.
And speaking of moguls, look, I gotta give props to you. Look, you are bashful. You know that was your gig. Congratulations on that too.
What? I was what?
That gig. You know, Live in the Park.
Oh yeah. I'm a straight from the
I was like, congratulations on that.
Straight from the A is a media partner. I'm at ATL Live on the Park every month. I had no idea that the Housewives was gonna be there. Honestly, I mean,
wow.
I had been told a few weeks before that they were supposed to be watching Black perform, but I didn't even put two and two together. That's how slow I am, and because I had just got back from Essence, I didn't. I mean, I could have, but I didn't. So, I mean, people probably assumed that I knew, and I should have known, but I didn't.
Oh, well, that was awesome, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I always tell everybody, you don't want to go to. When they be like, well, I heard Kenya coming back. I was like, no. If it ain't come from straight from the A, it didn't really.
And it's the same thing about like Phaedra. Everybody keep talking about Phaedra coming back. She's not coming back, you guys. I know y'all want her back, but she's not. That's just again the source that y'all got it from just made it up. Like that's why I'm like it's just for clicks and views, and good for them. They got their clicks, but then in a few weeks they're gonna do another video. Phaedra turned down a peach, and they're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I know the game. And I don't like playing the game and manipulating my audience like that. So if I do a post, I like to do a post that's true. I don't want to like just do it and y'all come just to click and see that I lied next week or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. No shade.
Exactly.
But thank you.
Well, this was awesome. Thank you so much for spilling the tea.
Oh, thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Caller 9106, you are on the line.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, how are you?
All right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Kenya. I'm glad she's gone.
Where are you calling from, and who am I speaking with? First of all,
Alabama, Karen.
Okay. So you're not a fan of Kenya, and why is that? Because people make it seem like I'm just delusional and I just don't like Kenya for no reason. Why don't you like Kenya?
The reason why I don't like Kenya is because how she started out on the show. She seemed phony and fake, and it's just a long, tedious, you know, Kenya story. She started out fake. The whole Walter situation, the whole African Prince situation, the whole trying to call people out for their bull crap, and she had her own bull crap. The whole how she started mess with Kenya, not Kenya. What's the girl name? Portia. How she? I mean, it's just a whole list of things of why I'm not a fan of Kenya. And I think that she gambled with her peach and she lost. She lost that little fight. And then another thing, Michelle, she gambled with that peach and she lost. But look at the situation now with Matt. She had his family to meet her. And her dad came in from Texas to meet him. But with this new guy, Mark, no one heard anything from him. She just popped up out the blue, married him, boom, now she's getting pregnant by him, or she's pregnant by him. No one knew anything about Mark.
Honestly and truly,
but now she wants us to believe that this relationship is real
and she want to hide it from Bravo. She want to hide it from everybody else. She don't want to talk about her marriage, but she wanted to be in everybody else's marriage. She wanted to know who Mr. Chocolate was with Phaedra. Yeah. She wanted to know all of that, but she don't want anybody to know anything about Mars.
That's true. That's true.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't like Kenya shade ass, and I'm glad they put off the show.
I just think Kenya just played too many games. I mean, you know, it's entertaining.
And she lost.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we'll see what happens next. I mean, maybe she'll accept a smaller role, but if not, you know, life twirls on.
I hope not. I hope she just stay on out, Kenya. Just stay. She was, you know, who would be a good replacement?
Who?
Tamika Scott.
Really? But wasn't she on?
Yeah.
Wasn't she on R&B Divas? Which one?
No, that was Candy's bandmate.
That was Latasha. Never mind.
That was her true Latasha.
Okay. Because you know Bravo has this thing, they don't like to hire people who have been on other shows that are similar. You know, like they have like groups of women on it. So yeah, I think that's a good thing to think about. Tamika Scott. Yeah, she'll be a good swap out. I think she had something to tell us or something to show. I think they should have continued with that whole Escape documentary or reality show that they had, because you know, even though you know they're still bumping heads, Kandi didn't want to do new music with them. They moved on as Escape 3, and now you know when money is concerned, you see Kandi popping back up like, oh, let me go ahead and go on tour with the group. You know what I'm saying? So it's just interesting to see, you know, all of that. So yeah, I would have loved to have seen how they are managing now after the fact.
Kandi probably still seems bitter. She probably still difficult to deal with behind the scenes. She's probably, because look at how she tried to make up with Portia, but then tried to throw shade with her on Instagram, and they came for her on Instagram, and she deleted that whole post. I mean, Kandi she needs counseling.
Yeah,
she needs to learn how to let herself go.
Fully forgiving Portia. I think she did it just to move on, because it was like beating a dead horse, and people were starting to call her bitter because she held that grudge against her Escape members for 20-something years. So I just feel like people kind of have been picking that up about her, and that now they're like, you know, now she's like, okay, I've forgiven her. Let's move on. I'm a nice person and all of that jazz. So we'll see what happens this season.
Yeah, well, thank you for taking my call, Michelle.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you for liking this video. It's over 300 and something people in here. If you haven't liked it on your way in, like it on your way out, honey. Like it, or don't like it. Hell, thumbs down, thumbs up. I don't care. I just want to know that you're here. Call her 6323. You're on the line.
Hey, Michelle, it's Jezebel.
Hi, Jezebel. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good. Speak up a little.
You see how Bill tried to sabotage the live earlier?
What did he do?
That was Bill that did that in Kenya's Popsicle Baby.
Oh, when he put me on auto-tune, that was Zills.
Yep, that was him.
I think that was Kenya. Kenya that hacked my YouTube.
But I just wanted to say, a lot of the people that are like rooting for Kenya, they haven't watched Real Housewives since the beginning, so they don't really know the dynamic of the show prior to Kenya.
Yeah.
And people like to call Nene negative, but Nene wasn't really negative. I think Kenya brought a lot of negativity to the show.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, and I also don't think Tamika Scott would be. First of all, I don't think that'll be good for Kandi, because that's kind of like Candy's territory, and I don't think she'll be a good fit for Real Housewives anyway, because she ain't really got too much going on.
Okay.
So I can't really see that. Honestly, you know how Tiny was supposed to be on Housewives? I think it was all meant to work out this way, because I couldn't see Tiny on there now anyway.
Yeah.
Because she don't have much going on either.
Well, she got a lot going on, but it ain't what she want to put on TV.
It's not the right stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just weird how that works, but I do think the Escape docuseries would have been good to keep, to keep following them. That would have been cool.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I think Kenya kind of wrote her own letter, her own firing letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did that herself.
Yeah, and it's just...
I feel like she tried to pull a Nene.
Probably. I could see that. And even with Nene tried to pull a Nene, and you saw they didn't invite her back that year. You know what I'm saying? She thought she was really waiting for her letter. She was like, oh, dang, I thought I was supposed to be filming, and they done gone on without me, child. And then she went on and started doing some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, none of them are irreplaceable. So... that's why I'm like, I wouldn't be playing those games. I understand, holding out for what you're worth. But, at some point, you got to realize, especially now she's starting a new family. She's doing other things. Girl, you see how easily they got rid of Sheree and she was supposed to be a fan favorite or whatever,
Exactly.
So, a veteran, they was bringing back the vets and all of that.
But why does Kenya, play so many games? I noticed it a couple of years ago with the sitcom she had.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be on some channel, supposed to be picking it up, and even Andy had called her out on the reunion. He was like, "You self-financed the whole sitcom by yourself?" And she was like, "Yeah, but we never heard nothing else about it.
It was on YouTube."
So it's like she just be making stuff up.
It was on YouTube. It wasn't on the network. And normally with any of those shows, like even Candy's show, like they normally do a sizzle reel and then they pitch it and they try to sell it to a network, and Bravo has first right of refusal, and I'm sure Bravo refused Life Twirls on because it wasn't great or whatever. And so, can you try to save face yet again by claiming it was on a network? And she does that a lot. She did that with Matt when he was calling her out about being fundamentally manipulative and deceptive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everybody has called her out. And I feel like Matt only was there for the check, for whatever reason. Like, and he called her out about that. Like she promised him if he filmed the reunion that he get 10 G's or whatever. And then when the reunion show came, he wasn't invited because, of course they had fell out or whatever. And so he was like, he wanted his 10 G's, So it's like all of this coming out the woodwork. The African Prince, remember the African Prince? And he was really invisible. Nobody ever seen this invisible African Prince. So for all the people who say we hating on Kenya, how we hating on Kenya when Kenya gives you so much? Like you can't ignore what she puts right in front of you. So I don't know.
Oh wait, Michelle, one more thing before I go. Because I was watching Potomac the other night, and I noticed, I know you talked about it before, the different dynamics on Potomac and Atlanta. It's like on Potomac, they're all not necessarily kept women, but they're all taken care of and stuff, or supposed to be. But Atlanta, they're more self-sufficient. Do you think that was done on purpose, or is it over time? It kind of ended up that way.
You know what? During that interview with Peter, and Peter and I have talked about it, he said the same thing, how in Atlanta, it's almost like they set it up to where the men are nothing. The men are dependent on these women. They tried to make it seem like he was borrowing all this money from Cynthia. Apollo, he had just got out of jail. Phaedra taking care of him. Todd, clearly he don't make as much money as Candy. I don't know. Greg, but Greg, on the other hand, Greg was the sugar daddy at first. It just so happens that Nene is now making more money than him or whatever, which, after being married dang near 20 years, I can see, that shift being there. But it is an interesting dynamic. We'll see how Eva and her fiance are or whatever, and we'll see. And Shamari and Running the Vogue, I don't see that dynamic with them, but again, we'll see.
I don't think they're gonna keep Eva past this season, though.
You don't think what?
I don't think they're gonna keep Eva past this season.
Why would you say that?
Because I like her. I think she did good last season, the time she was on, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we have to see first, but I don't know. I just don't see it for her.
Okay.
I really wish it would have worked out for Kim Fields, because even though that wasn't like her Steve or whatever, I feel like she would have been good on Housewives, honestly.
Yeah,
but
I think she would.
I don't know.
I think Kim could have been good, but Kim was almost like another Phaedra in that she wasn't like really open to, she was playing the goody or whatever. And a lot of people say like that wasn't really her personality. She was more Reginae, living single, than she was the boring person that she portrayed. Like she really has one of those attitudes that, diva attitude. So I don't know. It's just interesting.
Okay, we're going to see. We're going to see. We'll see. But before I go, how do you think they're going to start off the season? Like, are they going to be all like, they're going to try to like shade Kenya a little bit, like production, or they just going to like jump right into the new group and the new little dynamic that they're trying to create?
I don't know. It may be some shade. I don't know. Because here's the thing, Kenya gave them the stuff to shade her with. If she doesn't have a peach and she's posting stuff on Instagram saying, I won't return unless I have a peach or whatever, like she's giving them, like, I'm sure, at the beginning they might put that up. Who knows? It just depends on the producers or how much press they really want to give her. She might just be noticeably absent and nobody talks about her at all. Who knows?
How they still got Cynthia on the show?
You said, what about Cynthia?
Why do they still have her on the show?
Cynthia is the level head, goody two shoes that kind of throw shade kind of person. Like I feel like Kim Fields was too good that she didn't throw shade and she wasn't around the mess. But Phaedra will portray a goody two shoes and then be stabbing you in the back with little shady remarks. You know what I'm saying? Because she's proven she has a backbone. So yeah, I feel like she's a good fit. I mean, she's a housewife like everybody else. She provides that balance, that the level-headed balance. But she can throw some shade, child.
But Michelle, I'm still stuck on Killer Mike's wife not being on that. I feel like that would have been good for the show since they are involved in the community and stuff, and then bring that. Well, it'll be a musical aspect because Candy and Shamari, but I'm just saying it'll bring like that hip hop aspect too, especially with his ties to like Outkast and all that. I feel like she would have been
I believe they approached them before, and they've approached Big Boy's wife. But I don't think they really want to. All of them women, like they got money for real. They don't really care about all this faking and flossing and pretending to be friends with Nene and Kiki. They really don't care. They traveling all over the world and doing what they do. So they real Atlanta.
You trying to say Shamari don't ain't got no money, Michelle?
I didn't say they didn't have any money. Who said that? I'm saying Shamari has more of an incentive. She has more of an incentive. She wants to bring her group back. She wants to get back in the limelight. A lot of people don't know, who she is. And in addition to being, Ronnie DeVoe's wife, you know what I'm saying? She had her own career. So now she gets to step out and be that and do that if she gets a peach.
Oh, do they have a replacement for what you call it in that group?
Oh no, they actually had another. It was just them two, and they had another dancer that kind of took the place of Natina. But yeah, they don't have an official replacement. No.
All right, I'll let you go now. Let me go cuss out bills in the comments.
I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Caller 7258, you're on the line.
Hey, what's up, Michelle? It's Jerome.
Hey, Jerome. What do you think about this Kenya situation?
So, before I even go to Kenya, I think that the show does need a revamping, and I think that it does need a better direction because for me, it's become repetitive over the last few seasons. However, when it comes to Kenya, even though I don't care for Kenya like that. Like she got me blocked on Twitter and Instagram or whatever, but she made good TV. And the whole story about she's being hard to work with or playing games with production, this and the other. I feel like if you're going to fire her for that or demote her for that, then I feel like Portia shouldn't be on because of what Portia brought to the show with the violent incidents that happened 3 times. I feel like she should go too. Plus, to me, Portia brings nothing to the show that no one else that somebody else couldn't bring.
Well, let me just interrupt for half a second. Here's what she does bring, and I'm not a big fan of Portia either, but Portia would have more allies than Kenya, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nene's on her side, or now Candy's on her side, or Cynthia's on her side. But at the end of the day, like, who's for Portia? For Kenya. Like, Kenya done burn bridges with everybody at this point. So I don't know.
I mean, the Portia, people made up with Portia now, but she was into it with Nene. She was into it with Kenya. She was into it with Cynthia. Mm-hmm. And Portia, and Adrian as well. She's had those same, experience. I just feel like she brings us into the show. Yeah. I really do feel that it should just go back to it wasn't never a requirement, but it should be a requirement that all just get married, and then whoever else could just be friends. Because I'm just tired of everyone not being married. And so, like, I think a lot of
it was always family, career, relationship. Family, career, relationship. So if they had a career, they could apply. If they had family, i.e., children, they could apply. Relationship, if they were engaged or divorced, they could apply. You see what I'm saying? So, it's never
I understand that. But, like, with a show called Real Housewives of Atlanta, I feel like they should all be housewives. And if you're not a housewife, then you should just be maybe a friend to the show. Because I just feel like because some of them are not housewives, some of them are kind of like wanting that. And I think that's where Kenya kind of messed up at, because we didn't hear from Kenya for years. And then when she came on Real Housewives of Atlanta, it was like, who is this? And she's entertaining. And then it was like she wanted to keep that spot and keep that, keep that peach. So it's like she's trying to find a boyfriend so she can be married, so she can have kids, make her story more interesting.
But that's more. It's more single people than married people at this point. So a lot of times, you want to watch that journey of people finding a mate, or people, navigating through a broken marriage or relationship. So that's what makes the show interesting. Nobody want to see a whole bunch of happy homemakers, coming home every day just to cook.
But their home's not happy. That's the thing. But their home's not happy. Sometimes that should be part of the friends roles, or the friend contract, where they may be like going on dates, or they may be engaged, or whatever it is. But I just feel like because of that one aspect of the housewife part, people are trying to get in these relationships, and then you're seeing drama ensue.
Yeah, so, that's the bad part about it, because I feel like the people are pressured to go find a man or go find a mate or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it.
Or because they want to hold on to that peach, they do what Love and Hip Hop do, and they make up storylines. Like the production always said, they don't make up any of the storylines, which I believe that almost 100%. But they do put them in situations where it's they want to talk about certain issues they may have and talk about certain conflicts. But I think that because they want to hold on to this peach, is good money, especially for the people who didn't have money or haven't had work in a while or want that exposure. So they kind of come up with these storylines that they make up.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the issues with the show. Same thing with Love and Hip Hop. But I feel that
Love and Hip Hop is a whole
Marlo, and this is me. I feel like Marlo is more entertaining than Cynthia, Eva, and Portia put together.
How you gonna co-sign Marlo? And Marlo ain't got now man, now child, now career.
But I'm saying if you're gonna do it based off no requirements at all.
Well, she's there as a friend. But they do have requirements. That's what I'm saying. They do. But she's there as a friend. She's never been married. She's never had kids. She's not in a relationship. She tried when the first season she came on there, she had that fake relationship with Charles Grant where she was engaged or whatever, but then it came out that he was engaged with somebody else. But at the end of the day, that's one of the kind of requirements. It needs to be some type of relationship, whatever that is. Long-term boyfriend, Big Papa. You know what I'm saying? Something. But she didn't have that. And it needs to be, I guess it should be able to be proved some kind of way. I don't know. But if you
I just think that she's entertaining the show and what she brings to the show.
Candy had a boyfriend. Candy was engaged to AJ, who got killed or whatever. But at
Passed
the end of the
away,
day,
yeah,
every single person who came on there was in a relationship, some sort of relationship. Sheree, she was in the middle of a divorce. So everybody had a relationship, kids, or career. Like all three of those prerequisites were met.
Yeah, I see that, and I see the angle, but I just feel like if everyone's not gonna be married because of Housewives, then at least bring something to the show that no one else is bringing. I feel like Marlo was very entertaining, even though Sheree was fired for the second time. I feel like she was very entertaining when she first came back and carrying the bones and sparking all these stories and doing gossip.
That was her only reason to be there, was to carry bones, and she's not. But she wasn't doing her job appropriately. She wasn't carrying bones to everybody. She was only carrying bones for her slave master. So I don't agree with the Sheree situation. Like, if you're gonna be on a bone carry your bones to everybody, not just Kim.
No, yeah, and I agree with that too. But I'm just saying she was entertaining. Like, she was making the show entertaining based on the drama she was keeping up. So it's like, it's either y'all gonna go with the direction of like this housewife or want to be a housewife and careers and stuff like that and family, or like, are y'all only for entertaining? And I just feel like, I think that Kenya would have been good for the show. And at the end of the day, whether she come back or not, when she's not coming back, the show will succeed. I just feel like they need to rework the direction. And then the last point that I want to make before I get off the phone real quick, I just feel like the show has been good with people and without people. That's how it will forever be. And I just feel like no matter who they bring onto the show, people are still going to watch, of course.
Right.
But I do feel that, like, the only thing that would make this show sink is if they try to replace them all, because then we'll have a Real Housewives of Potomac again. We really don't want that.
Right. It'll be a brand new show. Right. I get it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to go. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for calling, Jerome. I appreciate you.
No problem.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Well, thank you guys for calling in. Thank you for tuning in. My little midday tea session. If you haven't already, visit straightfromtheA.com for the full post with pictures and video about Kenya's baby bump and her reason for being so transparent. Now we have started a conversation about it over on the site, and that's why I came over here to kind of throw it out there. At the end of the day, like, Kenya's been real secretive about her baby bump, about her marriage, about everything. Now that the Housewives has kind of like moved on without her, it seems like now she wants to share everything. So we'll see how this works out for her. Again, the tea is she doesn't have a peach for next season. She was claiming online that she ain't coming back unless she has a peach. And clearly she doesn't have one, because the ladies have been filming all without her many times. And it's not because she has a high-risk pregnancy. It's because she doesn't have a peach. So that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Like this video if you haven't already. If you haven't liked it on the way in, like it on the way out. Visit straightfromtheA.com for the pictures from this week's group gathering, Girls Trip Out, with Nene, Cynthia, Kenya. See how I do? Nene, Cynthia, Candy, Portia, and Eva, and Shamari was performing. And if you missed all of that, that's on Straight from the A as well, and it's in a previous video. So I will see you later. Thank you for calling. Thank you for tuning in. Bye. Thanks, Zills. I appreciate you guys. Bye.